Hi internet, Toshiro. Anyway, I'm doing a review today for the Patricia Cornwell series, the Scarpetta novels. I would show you all the books, except I can't remember how many there are. There are a lot. I don't own all of them, although I do own a large number. They take up their own little cubicle in my book thing shelf. But I kind of wanted to give you like a general idea, at least of the first 6, like how I feel about them, because I think I'm up to like number 7 or 8 now. Yeah, what they're about, how I feel about them, if you should check them out or what. Okay, because obviously if you're going to start with the Scarpetta novels, you're probably going to start at the start. Unless you're cool and you're not going to, then kudos dude, kudos. Okay, so right here I have Postmortem and Body of Evidence, which are the first 2. I've got the omnibus with all 3 of the first ones, Postmortem, Body of Evidence and All That Remains. So yeah, I know the Scarpetta series is one of my favourite ones. It's all crime and mystery. We follow Kay Scarpetta, who is the chief medical examiner in Richmond, Virginia, and it's just really interesting. You get a lot of the science behind it. You get to read as she examines bodies and things. There's a lot of backstories to the characters. They really she really turns the characters into 3D people. 2 of my favourites, which is probably kind of cliche, are Postmortem and Body of Evidence. I have 2 versions of Postmortem. I've got the newer cover, which I bought first after getting it from the library, and now I have the old cover because I like all the old covers of them, I think, more than I like the newer versions. So there's that, and Body of Evidence. These 2 would have to be my 2 favourite, mainly because they're part of the reason I got back into reading so much. So I always have a soft spot for them. Whenever I hear, there's certain Paramore and Fall Out Boy songs, and a couple of other bands probably, that whenever I hear that song, I think about particular points within the book. It's not that the song relates to the books at all, it's my memories of reading them. Even though I'm not that big of a fan of like Paramore or anything anymore, I am still a fan of Fall Out Boy though. I still smile every time the song comes on because of these books. So I do highly recommend the Scarpetta series by Patricia Cornwell. She's a good all-rounded author with the way she writes, the different storylines. I was worried when I got to like 7 or 8 that I'd start to feel like it was a recycled storyline, but it's changing and evolving and everything's different, and I'm loving it. I am loving it, and it's not very predictable either, which I think is my favourite part. Once you do get into the beat of the book, some things can become predictable because you get used to it, and then all of a sudden it's like turned up on its head. I read these initially when I was 14 and I love them. I still love them to this day. I know people who are in their 40s, 50s and 60s who also love the books or find them to be a good read. So if you are into those criminal thrillers, mysteries, this is a good pick. I should just be holding the omnibus, it would be so much easier. You can pretty much pick them up anywhere. I know they're in pretty much every library I've ever been in. They're in there, they're in a lot of bookstores, even like Kmart and things. Normally you can pick them up. They do have ebook versions online as well. I just can't recommend them more because they will have a soft spot in my heart forever and a day. And I don't think I could ever hate these books. Well, I could, but I don't want to ever hate these books. They just have a special place reserved in my heart. There's even, I even regularly find them in like the thrift stores and things like that, especially these older covers, which I love because the more I can pick up, the better. There are very few that I don't have when it comes to the first 10. I think I have all first 10 apart from All That Remains. I only have in the omnibus. I don't have the original cover yet, so that's kind of a downer. But yeah, I recommend that you guys check it out. It is a good series. I obviously love it. The only mindfuck is how most of them were written back in the 90s and there weren't cell phones and things, so reading it, especially when I was 14, it was kind of like a foreign idea, even though I had only had a mobile for 2 years at that point. It was so ingrained in me, and computer systems, and I haven't even involved some tech stuff later on, and obviously I love tech stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a lovely week, and I will see you next time. Bye!